Welcome to the Tekkadan Syndicate podcast, episode 04, SkidsCustoms Rollout. Tonight on the show, we have a special guest. We have SkidsCustoms coming on, and then we also have GunplaDeimos, Newtype Nation, Venomous Creations, Alex Martini, Maverik Wolf Gundam, and Brightwood. Welcome to the Tekkadan Syndicate podcast. We welcome today Justin, who's SkidsCustoms on Instagram and TikTok. Thank you for joining us for tonight's builds.
Glad to be here.
Yeah, welcome, man.
Welcome.
That's what happened, man.
It's going to be fun. All right.
Really quick, what you building over there?
I've got the Flame Toys G1 version Optimus.
That looks like a beauty.
Hoping it will be. It's my first one, so.
Oh, so we get to see it for the first time with you?
Oh, yeah. I haven't even opened the box yet to look inside to see the sprues. So I just took the cellophane off.
So it's a world premiere in Tekkadan in the Syndicate.
Yep. Exclusive.
Exclusive, for sure.
Watch it here now, folks.
They're going to have to do some graphics exclusive. World premiere. Like a music
that will
video.
come out in the editing later.
I have the tools.
And he has the technology.
I do. I got a pretty beefy time.
The thing is, does he have the time or the patience?
Yeah, because I love editing and stuff. It's fun.
Patience, maybe. Time, not so much.
Yeah, that time.
The producer has an assistant.
Plenty of time on Saturday to work on this, so.
The producer has an assistant that is supposed to be doing an intro for us.
I knew you were going to go there. I was just waiting for it. I was like, man, I hope he forgets, but I highly doubt it. It's Alex.
Exactly. You know, that's our thing.
I'll get it done. It'll happen. And when I do get it done, one of two things that's going to happen. Either you're going to be very impressed or you're going to be very disappointed.
How does the plastic how does plastic look compared to normal Gunpla?
I mean, that
was weird.
Tiny.
Huh?
It looks almost identical, actually. I'm going to feeling it. See?
Okay.
That's about the same thickness. It feels pretty stiff.
Alex is thick. Oh, what? Oh, sorry. I forgot we were recording. My bad. My bad. I'm sorry. YouTube, our people, my bad.
Yeah, I kind of like the way their sprues actually attach to the part. It's a definite connection, pretty thick.
Mm-hmm.
Unlike some Gunpla kits, it doesn't make it all the way to the part.
Yeah.
You see, Alex, you stayed quiet because you like that.
I mean, that's what it sounded like to me.
I was gonna say that. That's what she said, but then I was like,
That's why he calls you Kitty Meow Meow.
That's we're not touching that, okay? Chris, leave that one alone.
Leave what alone?
The whole thing, dude. The whole damn thing.
No, dude, I was giving you an out. You should have been like, exactly, but no, you're like the whole thing.
Oh,
that's acknowledging.
See,
it.
I set myself up for it then, I guess.
Yeah. Yes, you did.
Man.
Which is funny because even yesterday you were like, meow meow out. I was like, oh, that's
dude. I was hella tired, bro. I was done with driving. I was just like, and then cruising through San Francisco. I was thinking, I was like, why? I just like fueled the fire with Alex. Now he's just not gonna stop it. He's gonna keep telling me, and Puffy Taco is just not gonna let it go.
I will say this: I do like their clear parts better than Bandai's.
Okay.
That's cool.
Man, they are super clear.
That's nice.
That is wow.
I'm excited for that part of it now.
Kind of like the Kamiki, Christian.
What?
Clear like the Kamiki that you're building?
It's
crystal clear.
I think I'm gonna hop on that bandwagon that everyone else is doing and do like LED lighting with the Kamiki when I do it.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of that on TikTok lately and on Instagram.
Christian, just do the Kamiki, bro. Like,
he's over there pouting like a little boy. that just
You-
got
yeah,
Yeah, it's
grounded.
literally it's there. I'm not even going.
We have to go
You're
buy
like
another one of these to cell shade it.
you're Gumpla broke right now,
Ooh.
bro. Like that's not
until
healthy.
the 4 kits that come in with the display paint that I ordered.
You know,
with them.
The
if
four
the-
kits that you're gonna just blaze through, man. But it's okay. It's okay.
If the biggest plastic crackheads in this group were out of plastic, we'd probably be chewing on our nails right now. I don't know how
Yeah.
you're
I
managing,
would-
bro.
I don't know how
robbing
you would
somebody.
survive, JJ. Yeah, that's
You know
hard.
what? You're not. You don't fall far behind, bro. The only
Excuse me,
reason
what?
I haven't bought that what is that thing called again? That new Gunpla I showed you guys the other day. I can't remember the name.
The Shatria?
Yeah, I'm afraid of the wife now. Like the
better.
big order that I'm waiting for, and then then out of nowhere you get one random kit come in. Like she's probably gonna lose it then.
Oh, mine does all the time. I get
How are
another
you
box
still
in the mail,
alive,
and
my
she's
man?
like,
Please.
She's like, "Are you freaking kidding me? Another one?" She's like, "You got 30 or more in the closet. Why are you getting more?" Like,
Please tell me the secret, bro. Please.
Say,
I just buy them without her knowing, and then they show up. I just ask for forgiveness.
Wow.
Said
I don't know.
permission.
I don't know how
and
well
then you
that would
say
work
what
with the
happened
Latina.
was,
Yeah, exactly. What had happened was my finger slipped and I hit buy. I'm sorry.
yeah,
Over and over again.
Yeah, that's why there's like 6 boxes of kits coming. No big deal.
6 boxes.
She was in shock.
I was left unsupervised.
That
I
was
told
your
you
fault.
not to leave me unsupervised. It's your
Yeah.
fault.
Well, I'm sorry. It was 3 a.m. I was sleepy.
Yeah, I got a computer virus that
You know what? I'm
just
not
did an
even-
auto clicker.
It just buys Gunpla. I don't know why.
Yeah, it's so strange.
It's going to cost for a fortune to fix it.
I told my wife the other day, I was like, you know what, babe? Whenever I buy kits, like, you have to blame Alex because he's a bad influence. He's like, she looked at me with the straight face and she's like, no, I'm not. It's your fault. Is Alex pressing the button for you? Is he pressing checkout for you? And I'm like,
Yeah.
kind of, telepathy
Hey, baby.
works,
Well, so
Just
this
saying.
kit is weird. It starts with the hands.
Oh, that is
Oh
weird.
yeah.
Yeah. It starts with the hands and then goes up the arm. And it looks like it goes to the chest.
Okay.
That's so weird. I'm so used to going chest, head, arms, feet, leg,
Right.
waist. Flame Toys throwing me for a
See,
loop.
I knew Chris could not hold behind, like, he could not hold back. He's doing it.
Good.
You told him
You
to.
gave
You
him permission.
You know what? You know, like when your parents test you and they tell you, like, oh, well, you can do it after all, but they're testing you. They're like hoping that you don't do it, and then you do it. Like that's what just
That
happened.
never happened to me.
Right.
No, my mom was like, "Don't do it. We better not do it because there will be consequence."
I'm not gonna do it. I did it.
Hey,
Exactly.
she's 4'11", but when she gets mad, she's like 8 feet tall.
He becomes the giant you're afraid of.
Yeah,
And then you'd expect for that to kind of wear off as you get older, but it only gets worse.
Seriously.
He
she's a grandma now, so she finally calmed down.
Of course, I would drop apart.
That's what she's trying to get you to think, bro. I wouldn't put my guard down if I was you.
No, she's fine.
So, what kind of nippers do y'all use? What y'all's go to?
I got too many over here.
I use single bladed Vulcan. $30.
Tree,
I want a pair of-
tree legs? I don't know. This came in the kit, and I got the god hands.
Oh, nice.
I got God hands myself.
I had these from Hobby Lobby. They suck. The spring broke, and it threw the pinch point completely off.
These, I think. Yeah.
So I gave up on those, and then one of my buddies sent me the Mindshima hobby tools
Okay.
blade nipper, and I've been using it ever since. I've done like 40 kits and haven't had any issues yet. So
That's
knock on
awesome.
wood.
Oh, crap, I lost count. Christian, when did I get yeah, where
What?
you go?
I'm right here.
When did because
What the
didn't we
heck?
have or was it me and you, Keith, that had the counting how many kits before they either broke or wore?
That wasn't with me.
It was Christian, I believe.
I think it was me.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you two got, I think, a pair at the same time or something like that.
What kit? Well, that would have been.
We started that when I was working on my Barbados, and you were working on your
On my perfect grade.
yeah.
No, Alex. It started with the Alex.
Yep.
I've only
It was the
done-
Alex.
Oh, man, okay.
I've probably only done about 6 kits with these so far.
Same.
That's a perfect grade
There's
too.
still-
So you can.
The only one I have built is the Strike
Heck.
Rouge, and that kit was amazing.
I
I'd
got
have
the
to
GP.
say,
I got the one with Sky Grasper, and that was awesome too.
I'd have to say I've done about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Well, we know because
Now
you get
7.
four kits and then destroy them in 2 days.
Destroy them? You mean build them in 2 days?
No,
No, not 2 days. Like in few hours.
I just bought a brand new kit and I haven't slept in 3 days, but I built all 4 kits.
Hey, that's before I have a job. Before I had a job. Thank you very much.
I was about to say I do commissions and painting and all of that. A 40-hour-a-week job with 2 kids and 4 dogs, and a wife that wants to do all kinds of projects all the time.
So what is the technique to cell shading?
The way I did it, I had a guy that wanted a dead Optimus Prime because he didn't want to pay for the sleep mode because that's like one of the rare MP10s.
Right.
He didn't want to spend, $300-$400 to get that particular kit or figure.
Mm-hmm.
They came to me and was like, "Hey, can you paint this to make it look like the point where he died in the old cartoon movie?"
Got
I
you.
told him, I was like, I mean, I've never done that, but I can always, give it a shot. Which, I've drawn cartoons and Dragon Ball Z and Sailor Moon and stuff like that since I was a kid.
Oh.
So I was like, I'm going to approach it just like that. And
Right.
figure out where my shadows are going to be, where my highlights are going to be, and then whatever color I'm going to do, and then do my panel lines.
Mm-hmm.
So I would base coat whatever the part color is. In that case, the whole figure was white with, gray shadowing and dark black shadowing.
Mm-hmm.
So painted the whole kit white, or the whole figure white, and then went in and did kind of like anime style shadowing where it's like real harsh edge
Mm-hmm.
and kind of curved and rounded up to the edge of the part.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, well, the highlight's going to be right up in the corner of it. So I did the corner as a brighter color, and then I threw my pen line on it, and I was like, holy crap, this looks like the cartoon. It looks like I'm looking at what's on screen. So then I just ran with it, did the whole figure, and then from there things got out of control.
But that's
And then I had everybody asking me for it, and they were like, well, can you do color? And I was like, well, I've never done it, but I can. And so
don't try, right?
yeah. And so everybody was commissioning me, and me being young and new to it and dumb and kind of broke and needing money,
Right.
I took them all on at one time.
Oh boy.
Oh,
Yeah. So was a valuable lesson learned that day. I took on 20 plus kits, and each figure takes about 120 plus hours to do
Wow.
Wow.
because it's all hand painted.
I believe it.
Wow.
There's no way you could get that kind of detail with an airbrush.
Right. And
It'd be very difficult at the very least.
And so it put me in a bind because, my job and everything else. And in the process of trying to change jobs, it came back to bite me, and people were like, "Oh, you're taking too long," and are you scamming me and all this and that? And I'm just like, no, I just have a life, and I have other things that I have to do as well as work on your stuff. And I'm still currently working on all those, but I learned a valuable lesson that day of don't take on more than I can actually handle.
Right.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure a lot of customizers that get off into the commission world start doing that and
Right.
put themselves in a bad spot that they can't get out of. And, so I just got to get them all done, which
Mhm.
this summer I'm planning on finishing my final 3, which
Right.
one of them, I think I got one of them that's at like about 35-40% done.
Mm-hmm.
And then the others, they're prepped and ready for paint. So they're, 5 and 10% done.
Right.
But that's the plan, is get all this stuff done. I was trying to get them all done as fast as possible because I was going to do Gundam Builder World Cup this year, but then they canceled it. So I have to put my design off until next year, which it's a pretty awesome design. I think
No
it has a
spoilers.
good chance of winning at least the U.S. competition.
Nice.
I don't know. It's going to be hard to beat the guys in the Philippines. I don't know
Right.
what it is.
Oh yeah.
The Philippines, the Gundams they put out, it's like they don't do anything but do Gundam.
I think that's legit their job.
I mean, I want that job. Like,
Right.
like I don't know if do y'all know Don Cerratos? Have y'all heard of him?
Not sure.
No, I
Um,
don't.
He's from over in that area, and like he's been in books and he's published his own books about customizing and stuff. He's a actual sponsored painter for Vallejo Paints acrylics.
Mhm.
Oh,
Oh wow.
And I go to him all the time with stuff and ideas and run it by him to see what he thinks. And he liked the idea that I had for this year, but then they canceled it. So I'm like, well, I don't know what I'm going to do now. I kind of put a damper on my plan.
Well, it gives you more time to focus on the kits that you need your commission kits.
Yeah, get all my commissions out of here, and then I can solely focus on what I'm trying to do.
Right. Nope, that's a great idea.
wait, is
Yeah.
Marcos logging in?
Is he?
Oh, yeah.
Well,
Looks
there
like
he is.
There he is.
There is the wolf.
Did you put Wolfie to sleep?
Sounds like Perfect Grade is still awake.
Like a perfect grade.
His older son.
Yeah.
Thanks
yeah.
for the tips on the. I mean, for actually reaching out when I did the cell shading.
Oh, yeah.
It was my first then. It's like trying new stuff. I do like hand paint
Right.
on my kits. That's what I basically concentrate on.
And man, cell shading, it's tough. I mean, it's a extremely crazy, time-consuming paint job.
Yeah. Well, that's what I just took apart since I like my RX-78 kind of fell from the shelf, and I'm like, you're my test down.
Exactly.
Funny.
I mean, that's the way I like to do it, is find a kit that, is easy to put together or just a crap one you don't really care about, and then try stuff on.
Since that RX-78 is the easiest one to put together, basically, the revive version. I didn't do much to it, so that's all I got done so far. Then I was working a while ago, Master Asia. I was doing and painting on that. Thanks, Jason.
Yeah.
Let me see. I think I actually have a. Oh no, it's not done yet. I thought I had a part that was done, but I don't.
I built the Master Gundam a couple weeks ago, the Master Grade, and it comes with those big figures. But I'm terrible at those tiny little details. I mainly, when I do customize. I don't really customize. I straight build with some panel lining and maybe
Right.
some details depending on what inspires me to do so.
Ones like this.
Yep, exactly.
Ah,
I have all the ones for seed and all the ones for the wing kits that came with the 1-100 HG kits
Yep,
from back in the day.
yep. Nope, I have
I-
a few of them too.
I sourced all of them from guys online in different Facebook groups because I wanted the whole set because I'm building all of the Endless Waltz Gundams in MG, and they only come with the little bitty, like super tiny pilots.
Right.
And I was like, I want the big ones to stand in front of it to make like that epic first scene where they're all together with their
Right.
with their Gundams behind them.
That is awesome.
And so that's what I've been working on.
we need Epion.
I have it up there already built. I've got Epion, Death Scythe, Wing Gundam, Sandrock, and Heavy Arms built. I still need to get Tall Geese.
Tall Geese.
and,
I got the
Shenlong.
Tall Geese
I need Shenlong.
on
That's
that
the
one.
next one I got to get.
Last week
Gundam-
finally
Gundam
got
Pros.
paid a little bit of money for kits, and I'm like, we can get Epion. Finally gonna get Epion, and yeah, but
Nowhere has it.
sold out, and
Yeah.
I found this Gundam base edition with like a
Oh,
special code.
Special coating, yeah, that one's nice.
But in order to get it, like the kit itself price was $150. The shipping was like $125.
Oh yeah, that's insane. No,
Yeah, I was like, I can't justify that. Once it hit over $200, I'm like, I can't do that. So I went and bought Death Scythe, EW, and Delta Plus HG.
I'm waiting for Supernova to come back out with a relaunch or reissue of all their Endless Waltz kits of the custom versions,
Mm-hmm.
so I could get them as the custom versions to mine because I don't like the way the MG Bandai ones look compared to those.
Yeah. Well, the Supernova ones are a little bit more eccentric, but they're also still within the
realm. Yeah,
realm of the Endless Waltz kit, whereas the EW kits are more like are colored as the anime version, but are more designed based on the EW. So like the
Right.
idea that the Death Scythe that is
The one that I have?
the hell.
Yeah. Well, I got the Supernova Panda.
Well, the one that I got.
Nice.
He's-
Looks
he
like
seems
I've been
freezing
frozen.
up.
talking here. I didn't realize I was frozen.
We were like, why he thinking so much? And he was like,
Seriously,
He wasn't
that looked
moving
like
and
you were-
thinking. I was like, oh man, we done broke his brain.
No, but
he's like, how many dead size he knows?
Well, the MGEW kit that they have they have now is like the idea that if Death Scythe was in Endless Waltz, that's what it would have looked like.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
So
I like the Death Scythe Hill. I like to have the way the wings are on it. I just don't like the way the Bandai one looks. My favorite stylized version of it is the Dragon Momoko. That kit is beautiful,
mhm.
but I'm not paying that kind of money for it. Kind of like the Judge, how it started out, it was like $65 to get it plus shipping, and then now it's already like $180. I'm like, yeah,
Well, if you go to Gundam Central Model, they have it for like 115 still. But then they will be like, hey, we just put 20 kits and 5 minutes they're gone.
yeah, because everybody's looking, waiting for it. I'm part of their
Yeah.
Facebook group, so I get their alerts on there.
My-
But it's always
My
they
brother-
always get it back in stock whenever I'm broke. So
When I was looking last week, I saw that Zero Gravity Judge was on pre-order on Gundam USA on USA Gundam Store.
yeah,
yeah, my brother.
I'm surprised they were able to do that because
Right.
like a lot of the distributors here in the US, like Gundam Pros and stuff like that, they get like an exclusive license with Bandai. And when you sell a third party kit, it's basically a knockoff kit, whether it's off their own design or not. It's still a property of Bandai.
Yeah.
and they think of that as, kind of like a trader.
Wait a minute.
Right.
How are people still getting judge kits when they supposedly destroyed the
Mold.
They did not.
Yeah.
That must have
That's
been.
what I
That's
read.
what they. That's what
That's what I read.
USA Gundam says. So people will be like, "Oh my god, we need to get these kits," and they're like, "Yeah, they're 160 a pop. So
Yeah.
get them when they're hot."
The only
Well, I
one,
mean,
the only
maybe-
company that got messed up that's a third party was Dragon Momoko, and they stopped them at customs.
Mm.
Per Bandai order, they have to destroy the kits when received. So if you bought one from, say, one of the, say, Gundam Model Center or whatever, and they shipped it from China over here,
Yeah.
yours, they were destroying them,
Mm.
and then you were just out of money because they weren't going to give you a refund.
Damn.
Yeah, that was a big deal. I had a bunch of
Okay,
buddies
Jason.
that had that happen. But now Gundam Model Central is getting smart about it and taking them out of their original box and putting the runners in just a regular cardboard box.
Yep.
Then they don't know what kit it is. It's just sprues.
Mm-hmm.
So,
That's how I got the red ashtray, the van with the flight unit.
oh yeah, that's a good.
That's why it's on the brown box, and the Death Side Panda, it came on a black box with some Chinese characters inside a brown box. What happened, baby? Oh,
I want to get the ashtray bus that they get at Gundam Model Central.
mm.
That's the ones I want because I like the way they look. They're kind of attractive.
You know, I wanted to bring this out. I haven't done a video or posted anything on Instagram, but I went to Hobby Lobby and I had all the Gundam kits that they had in stock. But I ended up picking up the early grade Super Saiyan Blue, Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Goku, and Vegeta. And
nice.
I was like, what? Well, I was looking at it, I'm like, how am I going to panel line it? Well, even look at it. I can't believe all that little detail.
Yeah.
I was worried about like the chest because it looks like he got like dropped a bunch of oil. Oh, when looking at it on the shelf and the way the shadow falls on it, looks amazing. Like a lot of little detail here. There's a lot of fun, and the sticker on it.
Yeah, I had thought about getting those at one point in time too, but being that they're static and they don't have any type of movement, I was like, man, I like to pose my stuff. So it didn't work out like I wanted.
No, you're good.
It's all right, man.
But I do like the fact that I could probably cell shade that and make it look like, how the statues that they sell. I could probably make it look like that pretty easily.
Well, I mean, the way it comes apart too. I mean, every the way it goes together and everything. It's a really nice little kit. And yeah, it does suck that there's no articulation in it at all. But standing next to Vegeta just on your shelf, it actually looks pretty good. Especially once you put a little bit of work into it. It looks flat if you don't put any work into it. But I mean, that's normally what. But I sent Christian a photo because I started panel lining the pants, like all the creases in the pants. With brown, and I sent him a picture. I'm like, did it look like he shit himself?
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure it did look.
That was like, I was like, that used black panel liner.
What I would have done was took a orange paint that was close enough to that, and just add a drop of red to it or a drop of black just to make it just a little darker, and panel line it with just a slightly darker. You could probably even do a wash, like water it down real good to where it's like real runny, and just run it over it, and then wipe it with a paper towel like you would like staining something.
Okay.
And it'll leave it all in the recesses and keep it off of the raised up areas.
I never even thought of that.
Yeah, I like doing washes on parts that have like lots of little tiny details that are recessed. Because there's no way you're going to get a brush down in there. I mean, I've got a brush all the way down to, let me see, it's over here somewhere. Yeah, right here. Now this is a Quad Zero.
Okay.
And I mean, it's, I don't know if you can really tell.
There you go. Wow, that was a tiny brush.
Yeah.
It's tiny.
And I don't even think that could even get down into some of the recesses on some of these kits and figures. So I don't even do that anymore. I'm like, I'll just do a wash and be done with it.
Right. When I started out, I just used Tamiya accent liner, but I ran into a problem with a few kits where it was because I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't top coat them beforehand, and I put it on bare plastic.
Yep. It's because they have acetone in them in the ink, and it just eats plastic.
And 9 times out of 10, I didn't have any problems, but there would be once in a while where there was imperfections in the plastic where they had like micro fractures that you couldn't see and under normal circumstances wouldn't have been able to see or do anything about. But when you put that liner in there, it just seeps right into it and eats it away.
Yep.
That happened.
That's why I quit using the Tamiya stuff. I can water down my Vallejo paints, and it does the same exact job.
Yeah,
and it's acrylic, so it doesn't hurt the plastic at all.
Yeah. Well, I still use the accent liner, but only in like the situation where I'm doing custom builds or I plan out I'm gonna do one layer of top coat and then panel line cleanup and then do one more layer.
Right. Yeah.
So
it's good stuff.
Yeah. I'm always worried when I'm putting top coat that I'm gonna fill up the spaces with top coat.
Oh yeah.
And I'm back. Sorry.
No worries.
Welcome back, sir.
But what I use now for most kits is just the Gundam markers. I have a set of micron pens. They're off-brand micron pens, but they work for different colors. So these are the 3 main ones that I use for everything: gray for white, black for any dark colors, and then brown for yellow and reds. Sometimes, most of the time, I do whatever the hell I want to because Gunpla is freedom.
Yeah, yeah. I've got a buddy that I met on Facebook, and he was really interested in learning how to do any type of custom work, paint, or even just hand painting, airbrushing, all that. And I've been helping him for a couple of years now, and we've become pretty good friends over the whole deal. And the growth that he's had over the last 2 years that we've been talking is insane.
Yeah. No, it's so cool how this is so easy to pick up. So we talked earlier about, I want to bring it back around to just this because when I first started out, my aunt gave me an airbrush. It's siphon filled. I actually have to replace it because I need something new because it's not working that well for me. And I don't know if it's user error or if it's just an airbrush.
Siphon vacuum fed airbrushes suck. I'm just gonna put that out there. This is the Harbor Freight special because I bought it as the kit to get the compressor.
Yeah,
I have the same one.
I will use this just for priming figures. That's it.
Yeah,
that's just because primer is hell to get out of a Neo. It sucks. It clogs it up so bad at the tip. I have to take the whole airbrush and break it down every time I use it. So I'm like, nah, I'll just use the crap brush for for that part stuff.
See, in priming, I do spray cans for priming. Either Mr. Color or Mr. Hobby stuff, or
I've even used Krylon. I'm not even gonna lie. I've used white and black.
Mm-hmm.
And
I mainly use gray. I find that whenever I test on spoons between white and gray, it's like gray always looks better. So regardless,
I like white for like silvers and like bright type colors, just because it helps keep that brightness. And gray kind of dulls it out, and black just makes it look dark.
Right.
So I use the white most of the time. Sometimes I don't. Which I have the Mecha color. White primer, white surface primer.
Okay.
That's one I use most of the time. That's like my 3rd bottle. That stuff's not cheap. I don't care.
Doesn't look it, but I mean the spray cans aren't either. And usually, I may be using too much, but I use probably almost an entire can for an HG for a well-sized HG kit. So
Yeah,
I
mean,
don't like
that's pretty heavy, but I mean, I don't know. The only tip I have for like spray cans is soak it in warm water.
Yep.
Like let the can sit in really nice, not super hot water, but warm, and get the can warm, and it'll come out of there like butter.
Yep.
It'll find mist. If not, then you'll have it where it's like spitting and sputtering and just
making sure you're cleaning your kits too.
Oh yeah,
I think that's what happened to me when I tried doing a gray primer on my RX-78 shield.
Yeah, it'll bubble either from
oils or anything like that will cause fisheye. Oil, if the part is cold and you're shooting warm paint on it, it'll bubble.
Mm-hmm.
That's another thing I had to learn is like temperature and what's it called, the humidity.
Right.
All of that plays a big part, especially like with me with Vallejo paints.
Mm-hmm.
It's all acrylic and it's all water based. So the more water in the air, the longer it takes them to dry. If there's moisture in the air, there's moisture on the parts that you're trying to paint. So the paint's not sticking to the actual part, it's sticking to the moisture that's on it. And so then it peels off like a sticker. So you actually have to like watch your humidity and make sure it's at the right level before you start spraying.
So that sounds too complicated. I'm about to go into forging knife.
Yeah. Believe it or not, like I didn't think painting was going to be very complicated until I started getting into it. And I was like, man, there's so many rules as far as like when you can paint, when you can't paint. But
so Justin, I got a question for you. Have you gotten to use the Vallejo chrome yet?
I have not. What I use for chrome is this stuff right here, and
Molotov.
it is amazing.
Oh, what's that?
I can't
SkidsCustoms.
see that.
Let me dim my light so it's not
Your stuff
too
is
bright.
super bright, Justin. It's
Yeah,
like glowing.
I've got lights all over my desk. But it's SkidsCustoms Ultimate Mirror Chrome.
Okay.
And
I think I have a Krylon one.
it does awesome. They have a specialized system where it gives you the gloss base coat for black. And as soon as you start spraying that chrome on there, it's already got a mirror finish before you even get the second coat on. And then they have a special clear coat to put over it, keeps it nice and shiny, and you can buff it with a microfiber cloth and like new finish scratch remover. Just put a little bit on there and rub it. Man, I did a Dark of the Moon Megatron figure.
Yep.
The one that has like the big tanker on the back.
Yep.
A guy wanted it repainted to be as if that was Nemesis Prime. So I was like, all right. I was like, I got you. I see what you're wanting to do. So I got the head from a War for Cybertron Optimus Prime figure.
Yep.
And retrofitted on there to make it Optimus. And then I chromed that trailer out. I blacked out the cab, and then I used a UV reflective teal color. So when you hit it with the UV light, all those parts glow. Man, it was awesome. That guy still has it, and he raves about it all the time on Facebook when somebody's asking about people that do commissions. He's like, go to this guy. Go to this guy. He's awesome. Look, here's what he did.
That's really cool.
I've done a sound wave in that cell shaded style too, MP sound wave. It was for a buddy. It was the only one I've ever done, and the only one he had was that. Was it Year of the Horse, Year of the Dragon, or whatever? It was that clear one with the gold parts.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh my god, that's the only one he had to use, and I will tell you, painting clear parts like that sucks. The paint, I don't know what it was, but none of the paint wanted to stick. I think I repainted the base coat on that thing like 12 or 13 times.
Oh, jeez.
Wow.
But man, you want to talk about perfection? That was probably my favorite one that I've ever done, just based on pure look.
Perfection right here. Ooh, look at those chrome.
I like painting with chrome, especially if you got a pin or something that's fine tip to get down in places. I like chrome pins. Molotow, I like Molotow. They make a really good chrome too. It's just it's brittle. Like it doesn't take much to scratch it off.
No, it doesn't. But once again, a top coat does go a long way.
Yeah.
Jason was the one who hooked me on these ones.
And Ice Snap Plastic hooked me up on that. I just watched one of his videos and I'm like, oh, that looks cool. I ordered it and got it in. And I don't like to use it too much. I used it on my Jabara Tetra just for some of the panel lines, some of the thrusters and stuff. And it's just the little detail makes it really pop.
Yeah, he's a good dude. I like him.
He is.
He's fun to talk to. He's got crazy amounts of kits. Like,
oh yeah,
I thought Gutsy and all those guys had a lot of kits. Nah, he's got heat.
He's got the most, and he's into Warhammer and D&D figures and all kinds.
Yeah, I have people biting at the bit to get me to paint Warhammer stuff, and I haven't taken that plunge yet. I don't know if it's fear or the fact that it's so much tiny stuff and tiny details, and they're expensive if something breaks.
Yeah.
So my boss actually customized them, and he actually creates the whole diorama and everything. He showed me like this humongous dragon he did, and he's like, "Yeah, this guy is asking me if I am selling it." And I'm really tempted because he's asking me, he's offering 800, but it looks so good.
Yeah, well, my bear, I had a guy on TikTok that liked my video. He hit me up in private message and was like, "Are you selling it?" And I was like, "Well, I mean, I wasn't planning on it, But, and he's like, "I'd be down to buy it." And I'm like, "Really?" So I'm debating if I want to let it go. I mean, it was a fun build, and the first time I'd done I have a lot of firsts that I did on that one.
Mm-hmm.
Like I did my first full salt technique for the weathering and chipping.
Mm-hmm.
It's got my first LED unit is inside the head that lights up the eye. Scratch built parts, sculpted parts for the first time on there. So it's one of those, like, I don't know if I'm ready to let that roll yet.
Right.
That's your baby.
Yeah. I mean, if he hit me with a big number, I'd probably be like, okay.
Take a picture on the wall.
Yep.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, maybe the number wasn't the right number. That's why he's like, I'm still the baby.
He didn't even hit me with the number. He just asked if I'd sell it, and I was like, well, I don't know. And then he was like, all right, thanks. And then I was like, you're not even going to barter or try?
Yeah, right. Put a little bit more, but
I'm not going to force the sell on you. Like, if you want it bad enough, you're going to have to fight me for it.
You should have been like, how much you offering? I have other people interested,
I like to lure him in.
Yep.
And
I dropped a part and I don't know where it went.
So my question, Justin, what can I do to make this, or should I continue doing it, or should I restart it and do it a little bit better?
I would just keep going what you're doing and just try to keep the lines real thin and clean. And like for your shadowing, try like a gray.
Okay, great.
Like with white, you're in a shadow with gray. You highlight with like a light blue, it's like a really, really light sky blue.
Okay.
And it'll look good. It's all about taking your time.
Just tap it in.
Yeah, just tap it in. Yeah, don't you want to go home?
It's your
Where's
home
your
ball.
home ball?
Go home ball.
Man, I know that part's in here. Where'd it hit in this box? Hope it's in here.
I don't know. Can you see it? Can you guys see it? Like the actual chrome on the. Meow meow. What happened? What'd you
I lost the
drop?
part. I lost the part.
Uh-oh.
Did it go to the car?
Oh, dude, a small, really small part.
That's what happened here. I just lost a thumb for his hand.
Uh-oh.
Ah, crap.
We got
No,
some.
It's in here somewhere. I just don't have a light to the light.
Oh, there it is.
Yay.
Gucci meow meow.
Yay.
It landed on the
Meow, meow.
bottom of my desk.
Gucci meow meow.
I would probably run that joke into the ground because I just love it so much.
Oh
Meow,
yeah.
meow.
Meow, meow.
Well,
You know how funny it was for me to wake up like at 3 a.m. All of the text
Yeah,
and the last voicemail was like, Gucci meow meow, signing out. I was like, this fool. All right, let me go back to bed.
Yeah, that's like you yelling at me the other morning when I was like, it's like 4 a.m. You're like, go back to bed.
wow.
I mean, you were like, oh yeah. I'm like, dude, no. Put us on mute and go back to bed.
It's a little dirty, but I found it.
Nice.
Awesome.
I feel like, Marcos is the oldest brother, but then I'm the one who's instigating and putting the law, and he just comes to be like, okay, it's time to break you guys up.
Because that's literally what happens.
And I'm the youngest brother that has to go to bed at 9 o'clock.
Mhm.
Yeah, what you just sang, so you were supposed to go to sleep.
So, are any of y'all old enough to remember when Walmart used to sell model kits?
A few of them still do.
Yeah.
So, like, not just like car Rebel kits or anything like that, but like when they used to sell the Gundam Wing kits.
No. Go ahead. Sorry.
See, I'm not good. I don't think they made it to Puerto Rico. Like the Walmart, yeah, like
Oh yeah.
yeah, you
probably.
were able to see the Gundam, Cartoon Network or like we will LimeWire to get
Yeah.
some nice anime, but like it was really rare to get a kid.
Well, I still have my Wing Gundam and my Death Scythe from that year.
I got
And
something.
And there's a HG, and I will tell you that they're rough. But this is the size of an HG back then.
Oh wow,
Mhm.
That's tiny.
Yeah.
that's what she said.
I don't think that's. I'm not even gonna go there.
So those are the originals, right?
Yeah,
one-
the
Yeah.
that one,
original.
Jason.
E1100.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. That was
Oh.
a good one.
So the what you call it
That was the
The
first
Hurri-
ones where they started making Master Grade.
These
Or, well,
were-
those prompted Master Grade, I should say.
Yeah. I think right around the time these came out, the RX-78 Master Grade finally came out. These were like late 90s, but they just brought them over to the United States just as cheaply as possible. I even have a few figures in here of the RX-78 ground Gundam, and then some parts of the NT1.
Those
Mhm.
are the action figures, right? Like how Gundam Wing players too. Yeah.
Please
Oh.
excuse my grandmother talking to her sister in the back.
It's all
because
good.
yeah.
They're going to be on TV.
We're making them famous.
No one wants to hear her say that she has to take a piss.
Well, she
didn't-
probably said it in Spanish,
Everyone
but you
understood.
just translated it.
Thank you, Chris.
My
I
Spanish is
just
rusty, so.
Now, look at those nub marks.
Well,
Ooh.
I mean,
wait. Who said that she's actually doing that right now?
You did.
You did.
I was saying it as an example.
Mm-hmm.
There's no
I mean-
taking it back, Chris. It's done.
Don't try to fix it. Done trying to fix it.
Okay.
So the Hobby Lobby that I found that it was closed, they had from those kids, he had the sand rock. And I was like, wait, I never seen these type of kids. And now you guys saying, oh, those are the regionals.
Yeah,
And
the
they're not
sand rocks are nice.
Now I kind of want to go back and be like, you still have it?
The only thing I don't like with the Endless Waltz MG is the red blades that it came with, because his blades never were red. Ever.
Mm.
They were never energy. They were straight up like Barbados type weapon.
Well, they were heat lances. Well, they were heat swords. So you did see them once in a while glow red, and that's what it's supposed to. That's what the effect is supposed to be.
Yeah.
Um,
I didn't like the way it looked when they were on there, so I didn't.
Yeah.
I was like, "Yep, those are never going to get used." So I put them back in the box.
Oh,
usually get some stuff though. You know, you always end up using a box for a bag or something.
I keep all my boxes. If you saw under my desk right now, you'd be like, "Oh my god!"
I don't have the space at all to be able to keep the box, so I cut out the main art, put it in a bag with all the extra parts, and put that in a box. One of the boxes that I end up keeping safe.
oh, you make a binder out of it, bro.
Yeah, I've seen that too. People making binders out of them. That's freaking cool.
And I'm not. When it comes to that, I'm not that sentimental. I like my system, and it's fine for me, and keeps the clutter out of my house.
Oh, there you go.
I mean, I like the system I got. I appreciate the suggestions, though. Of course,
What
JJ.
works, man.
I'm keeping mine, but you guys know it's because when I move, that way it's easier.
Yep. I agree.
Translate.
I don't even want to think about moving, and I might move at the end of the year, so I don't want to think about that yet.
Where would you even be moving to, JJ? Michigan?
Texas?
That's what we're trying to figure out, whether it's going to be San Diego or back to
Texas.
Arizona. So,
Oh,
Texas.
come on. Come to the Great Lakes.
I am not moving to Texas because you told me you're not going to stay there for the rest of your life, and I'm not about to go move and then be by myself in a few years.
I'm in
I
Texas.
said I'll probably be there 3 to 4 years, and they probably be like, "Hey, now we got to move you," and they're probably gonna move me across the street from work. So I'll probably be 3 years because that's what they do over there.
And then what?
They
Then you're going to bail?
They reset your orders because they're like, "Oh, you got new ones, but it's across the street."
I'm in Texas, so I'm here.
Nice. What part?
The West Texas, Amarillo.
I was in Killeen.
Oh yeah, I know where that is. I had family that lived over there for a little while.
Gotcha. The great place.
Yeah. What'd you tell it?
I had family that used to live in the Woodlands, so that like suburb of Houston.
I've got a lot of family down in Houston, Pasadena area.
Well, I've thought about Houston, or if it ever happened, somewhere around there.
Not bad. You just got to worry about, hurricanes.
Hurricanes, yeah.
Hurricanes, flooding, snakes,
everything.
You come to West Texas, you want to worry about snakes. We got
weather.
With the flooding that would happen in the Woodlands, like my uncle's he worked for like the sheriff or something, and he ended up getting like this huge snake like inside his waterlogged patrol car.
Oh my god.
That sounds about right. Welcome to Texas. Everything's bigger here.
Right.
Predators.
You know what I used to watch and I missed the Lone Star Ranger show? Where they go, people call and be like, "I just got this snake in my house," and like you say, they pull out a huge snake like that, or
yeah. Where I live, we got rattlesnakes. They're bad here.
Nice. Is that what you're building right now? Oh, that's the Master Gundam that you're going to be building to go with Master Asia? That's going to be awesome. It's going to be tight.
I have the Shining and Burning built, the MGs.
Shining, I love that kit so much.
Okay.
I'm in a love-hate relationship with it. The hands, I hate those freaking rubber hands and the rubber feet.
So my brother's actually putting that one together, and he's in love with the freaking rubber hands. He's like, I love them. They look so nice.
Well, they hold
Nope.
pretty well too.
If you guys can see,
I
this
use
is,
the
as far as
glowing
I
hands
got.
because they're solid. Oh yeah, there you go.
A little, like detail in it. I'm going actually with the colors from.
Did you see my
The animated?
Doman?
Yeah, I saw it.
That one was fun to paint because
Yeah, I
the
want.
black likes to chip real bad.
If I had a 3D resin printer, I would have done Hero.
I have a hero, Yui.
But like I want to do something like this. Let me show you. Let me find the picture. Something like that.
That would be cool.
Give me a
That's
second,
mine.
guys.
Where you going, Christian? To bed?
I can't say it over the mic.
Ah.
So Justin, so this is basically what I want to do. This is the hero I want to get.
The spacesuit one.
Yep.
That'd be awesome.
I'm
hoping to get a resin printer in the next couple months.
But if you do and you
I've been
manage to get
petitioning
one,
Bandai
I'll buy it
years
from you.
to get the wing characters as action figures or model kits, like the figurized. Because they're starting. There's another company that's putting out like Zex or Char. Actually, sorry, Char from the original Gundam series.
Mm-hmm.
As an action figure. But I want Bandai to make them as like figurized kits, like the Dragon Ball kits, but for the Gundam Wing pilots, the Seed pilots, because I think they would sell real good. Because there's a lot of people that look for, that want the pilots.
Yeah.
So they can
I'd buy the
pose
pilots,
them.
like you guys said, stack them or put them next to the Gundams. Each Gundam, that'd be dope.
A lot of people are.
I just get the SD version. It just be like MG SD. That's it.
I have one SD kit that's mine, and it's Strike Freedom.
On our last podcast.
I love SD kits.
Oh, nice.
Oh wow!
Actually, I have that one. I built that one, and that was the first one that I sacrificed
You
with
guys-
markers. I mean, practice.
This is a fail.
What happened?
My god hands that I just bought.
Oh no!
How? Like,
I don't know.
what are you What are you even cutting over there, JJ?
Clear parts. Oh.
The
The
devil?
blade is like right there. I don't know.
Well-
You guys probably can't see him.
See, what I've noticed is when people are cutting their runners, they're cutting really far back to where it's like the thick plastic. You shouldn't have to do that. You should be able to go just a little bit away from the part and cut it.
And if you do, if you are
So,
yourself in a
like
situation
here.
where
oh, wait, where's it at on my there? I'm having a hard time. So like I go there, right? So this is right next to the piece, just a little bit out, and then just put.
And that's even in instructions is how it says to do it.
This is like the fourth time I've used these nippers, and I've used these like countless times, and they've never broken.
That's what makes me not want to get a pair of God hands just for that particular thing. But then I hear the same thing about Display and theirs, which I was contemplating on getting some of those. But I mean, if they're going to break on me, I'm not going to waste my money.
These are Display,
Yeah.
but I mean, like I said, I've used them countless times now, and they've not broken. And they were cheaper than the God Hand.
We got something like this, like
$20-$30 cheaper.
This,
Yeah, I was about to say they're like
Michael Marks.
$45 compared to the 60 for God hands.
This
You got
pair of
Michael
God
Marks
hands
over
has
here.
gone through a PG kit and about our 2 MGs, 5 HGs, and like 15 SDs.
And when you guys asked earlier when you asked us what nippers we use, I was gonna say, and then I just didn't say anything. But so I have the disc bay, and the most recent was these, the God Hand that I bought. I don't know, not even a month ago. And honestly,
Where?
Off of Newtype.
I'd be so mad.
I do not see a single difference between cutting. Like, I feel like
They cut the same.
Not really. I feel like this bay is actually maybe slightly better, to be honest.
As far as like the cut, or just
as far as the
durability,
cut,
or
and how it feels when you're cutting through the plastic. It's close to as smooth as butter. Like, honestly, it doesn't really hesitate to cut. And I felt like these, not that they struggled, they just didn't cut as smoothly as disc bays. So, and then now they broke.
Good knowledge.
So I don't know. I mean, this will probably be the last pair of God Hands I buy, because that was a waste of money at this point.
I just feel like God Hands they're not tempering their metal. Like, even like scissors that you buy at the store, the metal is tempered to keep it from breaking when you're cutting stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think that they actually temper it, because of where it breaks. On every one of them, it looks like it breaks in the exact same spot.
Yeah.
Look. Let me see.
Mine were $16 on Amazon, and they came from Galactic Toys, so I'm not gonna complain.
That's right there.
Yeah, that's exactly where they break on every one I've ever seen somebody post.
But,
and that just makes no sense to me. I'd be super mad right now, though.
I am actually kind of upset. Like, there's $60 down the drain, but at least I have my disc bay that have not failed. So,
I had a buddy that was building the kit, and there's some kits where the part connects to the runner is like a connecting point that's real thin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and everybody's done it and accidentally cut one off. Well, yeah, the one he cut off was like a major weight holding joint.
Oh boy! Oh no!
And I told him, I was like, well, there's 2 ways you can fix that, and that's doing the either you try to melt the plastics back together, or you do the pin and glue. And he ended up doing pin and glue, and it actually held up, and it's been holding up ever since. So I was like, man, I'm glad I remembered that little trick. Man, here's a plus to this kit. Every hand is complete and ready to go. Like, unlike Gundam, where you have to take the back of the hand off, or the fingers off, or whatever. No, these are all individually complete hands to swap with.
Nice.
So I'm happy now.
So what you're saying is that you really recommend one of those?
Yes.
So what you're saying is that next week, when they put the 40% on Hobby Lobby, I should get me one.
Or 2 or 4.
I really want to start
all of them. Just buy them all.
Or all the ones you see. Yeah.
Well, the Hobby Lobby had the Optimus. I think they have the Starscream, and I think it was the Bumblebee.
Yep.
Oh,
I have Bumblebee that I bought built from somebody else.
Yeah. Well, my Hobby Lobby, they had Optimus, Starscream, Bumblebee, and Megatron.
Yeah, that's the ones they're supposed to have. But I bought Thundercracker and Bumblebee off of a I don't know, y'all know Lance that has the Gundam
the
live auction page.
The auctions, yeah.
Well, I got Bumblebee and Thundercracker from him, and I didn't notice it in the video, but when I got it, the left hand of Bumblebee was missing the finger part.
Yeah, that's where you got the master. I was like, crap. That's all right, Marcos.
Yeah, I bought I won this one from live auction.
Heck yeah.
Like brand new in box and all that. And I waited until the last second to bid. This guy was like 57. And I'm like, 57. 57. And then Lance is going once, going twice. I go 61. And he goes, oh, sold to this. And his wife goes like, no, Maverik wanted 61. He goes, oops, my bad.
Yeah, no, I think I got my Death Scythe. The heavy arms and the Death Scythe were my first actual Gundam kits when I got back into the hobby.
Yeah.
And I got them both from Hobby Link Japan.
Okay.
It was right before they did the big reissue in the States. So I paid, I think, 63 or 64 for both kits, and then the 20 something shipping.
Okay.
So, I mean, I didn't get horribly killed on it, but knowing that I can get it for like $40 from the stores here, I'm like, God, I should have waited.
But going back to missing parts, not noticing missing parts until after you've got the video done. My NT01 on the shoulder has a missing yellow thruster. And I did not see it until after I had all the videos posted, all the photos posted. I'm like, oh boy, come on, seriously, Jason.
You had the part though, right? You weren't just missing
I
it.
had, well, NT1
I'm back,
had
ladies.
a couple extra ones, so I found one on an extra runner, and I clipped it out and put it on there, and then I found it on the floor a week later. The one I originally missing.
I was gonna say, hit up Mecha Parts guy. I'm telling you, that dude saved my butt. I couldn't tell you how many times when I buy used kits and they're missing parts. Because I like to get used kits so I can just practice crap on them.
Right.
So I don't have to build them. I can just paint on them. But yeah,
I got quite a few of those no grade wing kits, like the original 144. I got a V8 Mercurius, and I'm like, I had a great idea. It's like, oh, I got red and blue paint. I'll mix the colors. So V8's red and Mercurius is blue. And then I just realized that honestly, I could have just swapped the heads and the weapons, and then that would have been fine. Because they came with the same exact parts. They were the same exact kit. One was red, one was blue, but they came with the same head parts and everything.
Yeah.
But I still did it. I still painted it, went the whole way, and it was like my second kit I did. I was pretty proud of how they turned out, though.
Heck yeah.